cost ya churches inakuanga na sound system big kushinda some or most of the clubs around nowadays. Unaweza kubarikiwa kabisa. Oh dad me by the hata Raila siitangi baba.
Wewe ndio namba 4 uko chini kwa list. Unataka because the way she's going to carry herself on her way outside akienda church asubuhi on Sunday morning mjaimuona hivyo.
Nili cheki Lazarus ameamka. Lazarus wa show nimedu nini? Si nimekuinua Lazarus. God na ujanja kidogo.
Kwanza guys never go even to hospitals na wenye wase wamejaa huko.
Usidanganye ulikuwa uone. Mimi ndo nimefanya uone. Si useme ukweli. Atapewa say.
Alikuwa amefika mwisho.
So acha ngoja kwanza hata before Africa please. Let's finish hii topic hizo. Nilikwambia I'm radical about it. Hiyo hata watu wana
Hello, my name is Bobby.
And I'm Biggie.
Welcome to Black and Urban.
Black and Urban.
So there is this issue of Shakahola. Did you umesikia story?
Yeah, nimesikia.
Yeah, so there's hiyo business inaendelea huko, wase wanauliwa. Wanaambiwa wana fast ndio meet Christ. Wana fast ndio meet Christ and stuff. So I don't know, opinion yako ni gani?
I don't think unafaa kufast ndio meet Christ. Unaweza kula tu ushibe na umit.
But sasa unajua ni vile teachings za upasi wao zimekuwa, alafu wase wanauliwa wakizikwa huko. And I'd love to know, I don't know, sijui kama umecheki preachings zao mse online, but naweza taka kujua juu kuna wase wengine hadi wase wenye wamesoma wameingia into hiyo story, wame give up their careers. Wengine wanaenda huko hadi na watoi wao. So naweza taka kuelewa what exactly anafunza yenye inaweza fanya mtu go into those extremes if it's not a cult. I don't know.
I don't know. I left church because I met my own Paul Mackenzie before the big Paul Mackenzie. So I just take time kusikiza msana preach nini. I left church because a while ago I was in a certain church.
Yes.
I was even studying theology sponsored by the church. And there were plans to be part of the leadership kwa pulpit. But sadly, I found out that that church is not a church. Pasi unajua kuna hypocrisy nyingi, and then evil people find it very easy to hide under church. So I'm not saying all churches are bad, but I'll say 90%
of the churches.
Like 90%. And when you say that, the society will stone you, but in real sense, that's the truth. Najua.
So do you think saizi ndio churches zimeharibika? Or we were blind, but saizi ndio tumeanza kuona? Since like when you backdate from way back kutoka introduction ya church blah 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 hadi saizi, do you think it has always been like that ama saizi ndio tumegutuka?
Yeah, that's hard. I don't know. I'm 50-50 because church was used to colonize us and make us slaves. But then again, the church that I grew up in, those times churches were better, way better than mali zimefika sahi. But if you ask Christians, kawa wanajua Bible poa, Revelation and the end of times, Isaiah wapi, walisema even the elect waterfall. Watadanganywa na the new world order waterfall. Though the same Bible says church it has stand. But I think church is not the building. Church is the fellowship between God and his people. Nacheki? Haikuwa church the building. Ita overstand. Yani ita go through the body. Ita survive. No, I think ni. When Jesus died, hiyo curtain ilipasuka kama. You know the funny thing about this thing? And I said, naogopa because tapigwa mawe kwa nje. Lakini, it's funny how Christians use the Bible and it's beneficial to their own needs. and then they go to science when it's beneficial, and then they go to culture when it's beneficial. Ushai notice? Atafunga tai na koti na nini because that's how like in this generation, ukifunga tai koti nini unakam to unajelewa, you know where you're going, si ndio? But Jesus didn't do that. Jesus alikuwa anavaa Waislamu.
Do you know, juzi nimesikia clip ingine ilikuwa ya some this Muslim faith. And most of the times ukienda church ama usikize, and I'm not, when tumesema it's not like tunapiga kanisa, because there those 2-3 churches zenye zimebaki zimesimama. Okay, so but normally utasikia there is this controversial topic about giving. Sijui kama notice hivyo, every time you go to, it's either every time you go to church ama ni ile time yenye unaendanga unapata wakiongea that particular topic. But there is this controversial topic about giving. Sasa I want to expound on giving juu inakuanga misunderstood so much. Normally that's what the pastor is going to say. But from other religions, like I'm not a Muslim and I'm not planning to become one, but I think kila religion in a bit of truth.
Yeah.
So the guy said they don't understand, Muslims don't understand the reason as to why Christians we give to man in the name of tunatolea Mungu, kwa sababu Mungu si binadamu ati unampatia. You get? So like if you want to give to God, even according to Malachi, like nyumba yangu isiye lack or anything along those verses of giving,
yes,
the Muslims believe you should give to a needy person. You should give to a rich person who's already being paid by the church, and then on top of that you add more money kwake. Unaona? Because that's why you hear sometimes people say when ikifika kwa pastor, you have to help him build, you have to help him buy a car. But vice versa, ikifika kwa congregant, wewe omba Mungu akufungulie upate do ya kubai gari, akufungulie upate do ya kujenga nyumba. Lakini ikifika kwake, hapo hakunanga story ya Mungu. Ni nyinyi mjipange venye atakuwa comfortable.
Yes.
So you see this whole, I would say, religion brainwash. Juu hata saizi ukasema ukakuwa church useme this time sita tithe church, nitape msee needy, and then maybe your pastor kusikia or something, utasikia venye hiyo story itakuwa like no, you sinned, so uko na deni ya church kwa sababu haukupeana. So that whole thing, so I don't know whether tumeanza saa hizi ama it has always been like that, but I think, and then this giving thing imepatiwa so much emphasis, like there is even a book in church, like ukikosa God forbid, but ukipatwa na msiba or something bad, tunaturn to your record ya giving. Wewe upeanangi na unataka tukupatie. So you see, it's no longer godly, inaka it's like ni
sako.
Ni sako, exactly.
Hata si ni worse than sako.
So you get, juu hata tax, uwezi sema ati wale wase wenye wana evading tax, wapitiangi kwa hizo barabara. Wanapitanga tu ataka ukulipa tax. Unaona? So wamekuwa worse kuliko hata government. So I don't know, na maybe I think church is a good place. Ni ile tu kuna vitu zingine I think wameachiliwa sana. Yani wameumiza watu kwa hiyo, because when you meet a lot of people watasema I got hurt in church, I got hurt in church, I got hurt in church. So maybe wamekuwa too free willed hadi wamehurt watu na wamelose watu kwa hiyo whatever. And so some people, na pia namba inaendelea kugrow, but some people wamekuwa so broken in church, I don't think wanataka kuturn to church then.
But Jamie, sit a lie. I'm a bit radical, more radical than that. Nowadays, ka unaenda church, just go to church with the mindset na ukumbuke 90% of the churches in the world are false churches. Tukubali tu. Let's not
sugarcoat.
To see sugarcoat at nini, because, and people hate me for that, but we call it a spoon spoon tunaita spoon, spade tunaita spade. Me, I like my life like that. Nacheki 90% of the churches, and sadly all through history church has been used ku mind control binadamu. Church has been used. When they came to colonize us, they used church. Unacheki. Way before, hata when like Caesar was great, church. When the Romans wanted to defeat the Israelites, church. Constantine alikuja akasema pia aliota Mungu amemwonyesha waeke cross kwa hizo nani zao. Hizo ama zao, shield yao, unacheki. They use church. Church is just another form of politics. But it's a softer way of controlling and manipulating people.
Masses.
Tukubali. There is no church. Jesus alienda church mara ngapi in his whole life? Na hiyo time haikuwa church, ilikuwa temple mara ngapi? He even used to go, he'd rather go to mountains, not church. How much did he, if there's a person at one point where he got angry, alikuwa
and whipped them.
Christians say, kuna wase wenye chambua Bible wrongly, wanasema ati ukikuwa tu angry you've sinned. But Christ got angry. Na alikuwa angry juu ya church. Akawip wase. Now that's, me I don't believe ukiwa angry una sin.
Na Pharisees pia walikuwa wase church.
Yeah, walikuwa wase church. You can use their own text. Me I don't care if it's not just Christians. Sometimes even I will not go into other places, but me what I'm trying to say is the moment unataka commit into anything spiritual, be very, very careful. Even Buddhism, Islam, be very, very careful. Even in the Quran, your fellowship with your God is you and your God. You don't need to go through the house help to pass a message to your parent. Do you?
No.
You go straight to your parent. Sindio? Now, nowadays, we want to pass a message to our father through the house help. Of which that's some of the things, ukisoma Bible poa, that's what Christ came to finish.
Tumerudi hizo siku.
Because on the Old Testament, ilikuwa inatumika vibaya. So Christ came to perfect the law. Hii story itoke. You don't need a prophet. You don't need all these things. Go to God directly. Sacheki. May believe all sorts of things. Alafu funnily, it is very weird, like vile Christians wanakuanga so judgmental over everyone else. Ulishai notice? Fanya kitu kidogo.
Like for example, tuko na Hinduism, tuko na Muslims, tuko na at least Muslims ni a bit vocal, but kuna hizi religions zingine hadi sijui ni Jews, I think so, wale wenye wanakuanga na church pale hivyo karibu na University of Nairobi. I guess ni Jews. But hao wengine whatever they believe in, I don't think it really matters. It doesn't matter. Inakuanga Christians. I want to come first for kila kitu.
Sasa kama saa hii State House, kuna jengo wanasikia wanataka kutengeneza kanisa pale inside, you see. I think it's very unfair. If you're building a church in State House, you should build a mosque also and a Buddhist temple also, because there are Kenyans who are Islam, there are Kenyans, not every Kenyan.
A Hindu temple.
Yeah, it has to be balanced. That is not your house. That is a public house, housing the leader of the times. Unacheki? You don't
it's
just... It's
valid your time too when you go.
But it's not yours. It's the people's. Unacheki? You're supposed...
Ni nyumba umepatiwa na nini?
Unafaa kurepresent kila mtu. Unacheki? So when you go build the church inside, Islam watafeel aje?
And what happens when you get a Muslim president?
What happens when you get a Muslim president? All the other religions, Buddhism
and I don't
stuff.
think pia sisi kama
because I think
different religions.
Let me correct myself. Church is a gathering of believers. Yes? But also my problem is with modern church. Nacheki? Modern church. Kuna old Catholic, these old conservative churches, they have, it's not like they're the best, but they have wakona ratiba. Unacheki? They have a disciplined way of dealing with things. Unacheki? It was a bit way better. So I'm not saying, as you said, Christians are bad, but modern Christians have a big
That's why nasema venye
problem.
Kanisa inaendelea evolve, sijui amepewa too much leeway. Hadi wanaanza sasa get into Like for example, if you go to a Protestant church, your neighborhood church, utaandika jina and stuff, where you from, what you do. Ujue what you do gives you a very different position
where you'll sit,
where you'll
utakaa
sit,
mbele ama utakaa nyuma ama
na responsibility yenye
utapewa,
because hauwezi kuwa chairman una contribute 1,000. Ukicontribute 1,000 ni kumaanisha wenye wako chini yako watatoa ngapi? So lazima uta depending on your job title, utapewa chairman ndio udetermine kenye wase wengine watachanga. Unacheki? And then inafika kwa tunakuja kutembea mahali penye unaishi. Hiyo nayo tena inakupatia another different status. And then you're married or you're not married. Like you hear the women complaining like ile time yenye walikuwa married, walikuwa highly held in church and everything, and then the moment they lost their husband through either divorce or death, hiyo ndio ilikuwa mwisho, hadi akastripiwa all positions in church. Unashindwa, I thought church is a place where you go when your heart is broken. It's like mali unaenda unapata wase wanakuembrace, wanakuwipe your tears. But siku hizi huko sasa ndio unatandikwa mawe hadi you'd rather even go to a club. Maybe utapatana na beshte yako akwambie pole basi kama umeumia ndio hii glass. But when you go to church, and I'm not see it na nini na ambia wase go start getting drunk and stuff. No.
In fact, mwanze siku hizi wase wenye wako outside in the world love each other way better than
the church hypocrites.
Anyway, kwanza like sasa Shakahola, look what happened. This guy said education is evil, is a sin, and all sorts of things. Over 100 and something bodies. In fact, Kenya for once, sadly, we've hit world news for the wrong reasons because of something called faith. You see how dangerous faith is.
But I also think the government has a hand to play. Sababu, if these people, you see, when you umesema like religion is a softer way of mind control than the government is. But religion and government goes hand in hand.
The same thing, yeah.
So, if these people were, I mean, most of the people in that group of people, if they were employed, I don't think they would even have time to go to Shakahola. Because, for example, maybe you're working from Monday to Friday. Saturday, ndio unataka kupumzika. And Sunday kidogo, juu, Monday uko job. Utakuwa na time ya kutravel kutoka hapa hadi coast, utapumzika saa ngapi, uende church saa ngapi na uamke by Monday, ukwe job. You see? So people are desperate. They're desperate, so wanakosa form. Ukisikia ati ukienda huko uta meet Christ na maisha yako itabadilika, you're frustrated. Umefika mwisho. So at some point I blame religion, and at some point I also blame the government. Juu by the time msee wa kwanza, wa pili, wa tatu, wa nne anakufa anazikwa, where were they?
Manze.
And like for example, saizi ukaiba kuku, utafungwa sijui miaka ngapi. Phone yako unasikia hata ukitext kitu, government iko na access, inaweza ona, but vitu kama hizo hawaoni.
Okay, yeah, si uchunguza. So, yes. So
I mean, hata hiyo wangetaka kuchunguza wakabio kitu from day one, I don't think tungefika ati hizo ati more than 100 bodies zimezikwa huko.
May I still believe as we go by, things are going to even get worse. Even after this, something else worse will come up.
So do you think churches should be controlled? Should be controlled or should be banned? I don't know which.
I don't think we can do anything about it because, again, today I'm using the Bible because you're talking about
Christianity.
Yes. The Bible is clear. In the end of days, even the elect will fall. So things are only going to get worse. There's nothing the government can do, and there's nothing we can do. The only thing you can do as an individual is equip yourself with knowledge.
So do you think it's happening in Kenya or worldwide?
It's happening worldwide.
So worldwide. It's not a Kenyan problem?
No. It's happening worldwide. And according to the Bible, things are going to get darker than how they even are. And there's nothing the government can do. There's nothing anyone can do. It was prophesied, it shall pass. God allowed it because we are in a position of where we're going to be tested. But the Bible is also clear. My people perish because of lack of
knowledge.
Lack of knowledge. So unaambiwa church ni sin, unaambiwa fast. I don't know, it's not clear. Juu nasikia tena kuna wase wawili they are out of strangulation. So unashindwa, okay. Okay,
kuna wengine wako hapo hadi wamegongwa na blunt objects. Wamestrangulatiwa. Wametolewa parts. So I think whatever is happening there is a mystery.
It is sad, but the thing is, whatever, before you get into any faith, educate yourself. Just know what you're getting yourself into, because nowadays faith is life and death, by the way. Even in the Bible, it's nikitu, because it's not tangible. People underestimate, but it's life and death. What you believe is will either give you life or bring you death in many forms. In many forms. In many forms. How many wars have been fought over difference in religion? How many people have died? How just some few years ago they started, they're terrorists, blah 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 blah. Being in a place like US some while ago, you're always a target. You always they'll always investigate you because they tie terrorism and Islam together, which later was realized. It came out as in wali. It was leaked. It was all a lie. The George Bush war, then the Afghanistan war was all a lie. People died for nothing. Started with what? Religion. Actually, it's not the government. It's the ones, the people who rule this earth. The 1%.
Rule this world.
Yeah, the 1%. You see, let me, 2 Timothy 1:7. I'm going to use the Bible. For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Another verse. Spirit ya God haikujangi na ujinga. Spirit ya God yukujanga na ujanja. The way Kenyans husema, God na ujanja kidogo. Ujanja kidogo. Spirit ya God ukam na ujanja. Angalia Joseph, si Joseph, Jacob, vile ali multiply ship zake zikashinda za father-in-law wake na akaomoka. Si ujinga. Ni ujanja. Historia at Christians wanafaa kwa kondo. Once I met a pastor, one of the real pastors I met, into a Pastor Wisdom back in Tanzania. Alikuwa anachukia a stupid Christian. Sorry, forgive me, not a stupid, but alikuwa anachukia a Christian who is not informed. Be informed. Unacheki? Jacob kuiba blessings ya Esau, alikuwa mjanja. Mungu alimpanish? No. In fact, aliresoladi na Mungu.
Ndio get Kenya nataka.
And at the end of the day, Ali succeed. Though Esau succeeded also.
Hata historia mwenye alipewa different gifts, mwingine I don't know how many,
akaenda akachimba,
akaeka ndio this is spoil.
Spirit of fear. Now, some people will hate this video, me especially, because I'm radical about it. But I've spent my whole life, past 30 years since I was born, every Sunday I've been in church. And I see Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, I was in a church-going family. So I know exactly what I'm talking about. I did theology, I know exactly what I'm talking about. I was there kwa leadership hapo mbele. I know exactly what so I'm very radical about this because I've seen how...
Imekulead kwa what exactly?
Yeah, nimeona results, both positive and negative. Nimepata blessings nyingi sana church. Nimepata a lot of information, being knowledgeable, a lot of opportunities in church. Unacheki? But pia, at some points, we went to other churches na tukapata tu just confusion. Like this Shakahola thing, like it's either a business or a cult or both or it's just some funny businesses in some churches. And they are real churches. Same pastor, alikuwa anaitwa Pastor Wisdom. I met him in Tanzania.